Evening all. This is Eric, Adams R Us Pipe, um, from Albuquerque, where it is a very cold evening and it's like getting colder. If I had the time, thought I'd share some. So just to get my housekeeping out of the way, I am smoking some Sutliff Kringle Cake 2021 in a Dr. Grabo Viscount wire rusticated that I restored, a decade ago. And it's just always been a great smoker. So that is my pleasure for the evening. Um, then let's see. I had a question that was sent to me asking about getting the thick lava off rims of pipes. And so, it's really pretty straightforward. So I just thought I'd share it. Just to give you an example, here's a pipe I'm working on. You can kind of see um, all that lava. And I've done ones that are a lot thicker than that, but it's really not that difficult to get off. Um, I usually use a combination of a little bit of 600 sandpaper, and that's just lightly to try and bring it down a little bit, but I stop before I get to the wood itself. Um, and then once I get to that point, um, I've been using Murphy's oil soap. Works really well, and you don't damage the wood, harm it in any way. That may take a while. I take a Q-tip and I coat the top. I let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then I get a towel, an old towel that I've cut up, and I just rub it real hard. I get some of the stuff off. I put on some more Murphy's oil soap, and I keep doing that till it's all gone. I've yet to have one that did not work, so that's a very good way to do it. And just to give you an example, you saw the dirty side. This is one that I restored, and you can see how it looks. It had just as much buildup on it as the other one I showed. So it does work. It's not a problem, just a little time consuming. So not really much on reviews of tobacco and Kringle cake. It's pretty good stuff. At least for me though, I need to dry it out a bit, usually about 6 hours at least. Otherwise, it's just too wet. I tend to get more flavor out of tobacco that's dried. Pretty much all my tobaccos, I dry them out a bit because otherwise it just, I don't get the full flavor without it being drier. Exclusion being, of course, Multi Dulce, Cult, Blood Red Moon. Those things are so wet you could dry them for a week and it wouldn't make a difference. So that's kind of that. Then I have some pipes I have finished restoring. I thought I would share. Okay, this one is a Willard from the 1950s, somewhat of a low end pipe. I think they were a really big seller in military PXs. Now, this one is a Darby from a pipe store by the name of Darby. Went out of business probably in the 80s based on the fact of when the pipe store was in business and that it has a stinger, puts it somewhere between 1945 and 1960. Now, this one, which I really like, but I couldn't track any information down. It's Shoreham is the stamping. It's kind of I don't know, a Sea Rock or a custom built a little bit style, but came out very nice on the restore. This one had a ton of lava cake on the top. And the last one is an LHS Purex. I think it's going to be between the late 40s, 1950s. It's a pot. Very nice grain on there. At some point in the past, you see that white dot there? The emblem that was in there popped out, and somebody replaced it with something they put in there just to give it a white dot, because none of the Purexes actually had white dots. But based on a close look at it, somebody did their own repair on there. Got them all cleaned up, looking good. They are all available if anybody's interested. You can send me a message or a comment, and I'll talk to you about it if anybody is. And currently, I'm right in the middle of restoring two, and there are the stems. They're just soaking right now. Savinelli Oscars I got. I ended up picking up a lot of pipes. I'm pretty sure all of them were from the same owner, because there were 5 Savinelli Oscars, and they were smoked so heavily you couldn't get a pinky down the chamber. And the fact that all 5 of them, and they were all the same kind of pipe, pretty sure it was the same owner. I just had this mental image of some old fart on his bench or on his porch somewhere, just smoking away, cycling the pipes, never cleaning them, to the point where eventually he was just poking little bits of tobacco in there because nothing else would fit. So that's most of what I got for the evening. So I'm going to be finishing off my Christmas flake, working on cleaning these Savinellis, and having a nice, relaxing evening. So I wish all the same to you, and to all a good night.